Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 10 coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched Holmes and Watson. It is the new comedic take on the Sherlock Holmes story. It stars Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Rebecca Hall, Lauren Lapkus, Ralph Fiennes, Hugh Laurie, and Rob Brydon. It is directed by Ethan Coen, who also directed Get Hard with Will Ferrell. My last review of the year. I don't know the next movie I'm gonna watch, so we ain't gonna shout nobody out for a couple weeks. So like I said, man, it's Sherlock Holmes. Will Ferrell is Sherlock Holmes. John C. Reilly is Dr. Watson. Professor Moriarty is Ralph Fiennes, and he has basically issued a challenge: catch me within this number of days, or I'm going to kill the Queen of England. And Sherlock Holmes, Will Ferrell, whatever, and Watson bumble their way along to trying to stop him. I see a lot of other YouTube reviewers, and I really wasn't looking forward to this movie because the trailers didn't do anything to grab my attention. I mean, Will Ferrell always has my attention, but the trailers to this movie were horrible. And I just... This isn't a bad movie, but I didn't laugh very much. And it's like, I've been a Will Ferrell fan since old school, so I'm always going to give Will Ferrell a chance. And this really just falls in with like all his other movies this decade. Ever since, like, his only good movie of this decade is The Other Guys. Everything else, ever since The Campaign, let me see, The Campaign, Daddy's Home 2, Get Hard. I honestly can't even remember anything else he's done because they all blur together. Like, this movie is Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly bumbling their way along with British accents. And like the story is just serviceable. I feel like Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, the other movies that they've done together that have been hysterical had interesting stories, interesting supporting cast members. Aside from Rebecca Hall and Ralph Fiennes, like the rest of this cast is forgettable. There's reason like Will Ferrell pukes in a scene. There's a character who acts like a cat. The funniest parts of this movie were Will Ferrell doing the Sherlock Holmes mathematics on how to like solve a situation. Like, that was funny. The location of the third act was pretty funny, just due to the irony of it. And then there's a third act plot twist that I thought was actually pretty effective. But I didn't care about the rest of the movie, so I wasn't shocked and taken aback by like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. That's actually good writing. Because, you know, if you pay attention to my reviews weekly, like, I'm not somebody who catches a plot twist 10 minutes within the first 10 minutes of the movie. They take different jabs at America and the way that the country is right now, and some of it's funny, but I didn't laugh. Like, I've come to expect a certain amount of laughter and a certain volume of laughter from myself watching a Will Ferrell movie, and I don't think I have laughed like that at a Will Ferrell movie since The Other Guys, sadly. And side note, like movie geek shit, Holmes and Watson comes out against Vice. Holmes and Watson, starring Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, produced by Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, against Vice, directed by Adam McKay, also produced by Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. Like, the two big budget Christmas Day movies are just funny in a really geeky way to me. And my theater didn't get Vice, and I'm bummed about that. So I probably won't see it until it comes on Blu-ray. Um, I mean, they set it up for a sequel, which I wouldn't be mad at a sequel, but it needs better writing. Um, but I also want Guy Ritchie, Robert Downey Jr., Jude Law, Sherlock Holmes 3 way more than I want a Holmes and Watson 2. Again, like, it's just like The House. It's just like Get Hard. It's just like any other Will Ferrell movie that's come out since 2012. It has moments of enjoyment. It has a lot of buffoonery that really makes no sense. You know, like Will Ferrell, Sherlock Holmes has his own story. Watson has his own story. They come to a head. There are moments of enjoyment, but at the end of the day, this movie really isn't that good. So with all that being said, man, in my opinion, I will say that Holmes and Watson is almost solid. Have you seen Holmes and Watson? What you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. Like I said, man, my last review, my last official movie review for 2018. I had fun this year. I hope you guys did too. Um, the grind definitely don't stop, so I'm still coming. Within the next few days, I got my top 10 movies of the year. I got my top 10 most anticipated movies of next year. I got a complete Blu-ray collection update. Rec League Podcast, episode number 10 this weekend. Which will be like me and a bunch of friends giving our top 5, movies, hip hop albums, NFL playoff predictions. So subscribe to the Rec League Podcast YouTube channel for all of that. I know for sure I want to watch The Upside, Glass, and Serenity next year. Is that the Matthew McConaughey Anne Hathaway movie? So be on the lookout for all of that, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me? Watch these credits. Peace.